This video is brought to you by Against the Flow of Mississippi. Against the Flow of Mississippi is a book about Jake Fayard, a Marine veteran who is unhappy with the political machine running the state of Mississippi. He decides to fight the corruption from the inside. Jake will face more challenges than he ever has and will stand up for what he thinks is right. His notoriously hot temper will push him to the edge of murder, along with his friend and brother Kobe Barhanovich. Together, they will fight the system and give the power back to the citizens of Mississippi.
Against the Flow of Mississippi was written by Anthony Oksenholt and was published by Oksenholt Biloxi Publishing, LLC. A link to the book will be placed in the description below.
Yeah, this a revolution in our time. Everybody's fighting, change coming, yes. That's why it's an acronym for riot. Everybody has a voice. Don't you dare stay silent. If you say nothing, you are an accessory to violence.
They've had their say. Seems like they've had that kind of say around here for too long. I had to stand up for myself alone. I went in there to remind them that somewhere in this world there's still a little law and order left. To let them know in the only kind of terms that their kind understand is that they can't bribe or threaten their way out of what they did. Let them do this to me and get away with it, and you give them the eternal right to do the same damn thing to any one of you.
Access 228, your host, Anthony Oksenholt, where we report the facts and we are not for sale. If you have a news story or something that's on your mind, please feel free to give us a call at 228-337-2099. Be glad to have you on. Thank you for listening, and we do appreciate all that you do to support us and keep free and independent journalism doing what we do best.
All right, y'all. This is an old one from like last year, but I just found it. First off, I'm going to go ahead and be straight with y'all. I can't stand fucking rent-a-cops. I really can't. Whenever I see a rent-a-cop, especially one all tacked out like you have here with the... First off, what the fuck is he really wearing? We'll get into that in a minute. Anyway, good morning, y'all. Access 228, your host, Anthony Oksenholt. This is just ridiculous. Nothing short of fucking ridiculous. That's why I'm doing this one. You know, I've done a security detail before. I had my D&G license in Florida, which means I was licensed by the state of Florida. D is unarmed. G is the endorsement to carry armed if I had a call for it or whatever. Just going to be honest with y'all. There's not a security job in the state of Mississippi that can afford my rate if I was to do it. Simply because you would really have to make it worth my while. I really don't want to do it. Not that driving a truck's any better, but I don't have the patience to deal with stupid people like this guy here. This is coming from a YouTube channel called Mika the Professor. Apparently she lives in Seattle, Washington. I've been to Seattle. Beautiful area. I actually like Seattle. I'd never lived there, but it is nice to go up there and go check out. This is at a Walgreens. Y'all get this in your mind. A Walgreens. Now let's check him out and see what he's got going here.
This guy thinks I'm...
Oh, let me stop right there. We saw the desert camo boots. Now we see the tactical pants and the hip holster. Now we see, what is that? Let's see, you got a taser. We got 2 body cams. We've got 2 badges, a beanie, a full beard like he's whatever the fuck he's doing. Some kind of tactical shirt with the Velcro for his morale for his morale patches and whatever else. Let's see what else we got going on here. Of course, we have the American flag. We have to have that because, I'm seeing at least one pair of handcuffs, a couple of lanyards. How many magazines he got? He's got 2. Those look like rifle magazines. And he's carrying a pistol. Where's his long rifle? Trying to see what he's got in his hand. He's got handcuffs in his hand. Okay. And a flashlight. Why do you need a flashlight? It's broad daylight. All right. So now that we've seen what this guy's dressed like, cops don't even need all this shit. Cops don't wear all this shit. Not like that. Looks like a little Baofeng radio, too. You got to have the $25 Baofeng radio to be a good rent-a-cop. All right, now let's see what's going on. Oh, that's not even a plate carrier. That's just a tactical vest and his guts hanging out underneath it. If this doesn't scream clusterfuck, I don't know what does. All right, let's go.
Touch me.
They seen you on camera.
See me on camera doing what?
I have a job to do. It's not personal.
It is personal because you're accusing me of stealing.
They watch you on camera.
Watch me on camera?
They watch you on camera.
Bring up the footage.
They're telling me right now that you have items on you.
Bring up the footage.
They're telling me right now you have the items.
Bring up the footage, please.
So here's the deal, okay? I'm going to work with you, okay? If you
There's
give me
no
the item,
working.
this
Don't
is it.
touch
This is
me.
your only chance. This is your only chance.
I literally... Okay, let's go talk to the guy then. Don't tell me what to do. Who are you? Look at these people accusing me of stealing from CVS. I came here to get one prescription. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. What are you talking about?
Okay.
So who here called the police on me? Because
Nobody.
Apparently... Okay, so
They're saying you have items on you and I have to check you.
What items?
What is...
Literally for my Adderall prescription.
Here's what I need, okay?
How many times is he going to draw his flashlight? I want to know this. That's twice now. Let's see how many times he draws it. Y'all watch.
We can make a big deal if you want to.
Make it a big deal.
For the camera.
It's either you're calling the police.
No, ma'am. That's not how it works. You don't get to make the rules. You don't dictate what happens here, okay? So
Okay.
here's what's gonna happen.
Jeremy DeWitt, motherfucker.
I'm not showing you shit because I don't have anything.
Then you're gonna get detained.
I literally got off from
Then you're
work
gonna
from
get detained.
Amazon.
And that's just how it works.
You're
I'm sorry.
accusing me.
Listen, I'm
God
not accusing
forbid.
you. They're accusing you, and I have a job
Who's
to do.
they?
My management, my superiors,
Bring
store
them down
manager.
here
Listen.
then. Show me the footage that
Here's
you
what,
guys
here's,
have of
okay,
me stealing.
here's what you need to do.
I literally
Here's
came
what you
in
need to
here
do.
for
Here's
my...
your
There's no company patch name for his security agency that he works for. Let's keep that in mind too. He's trying to detain her. Now, I don't know about other states. I know in Florida, loss prevention has the right to detain, but I think they're the only ones under 493 Florida statutes. Mississippi, I don't think security guards have the right to detain anybody. I'm not real sure. But if somebody walked up to me like this, Mister, I bought all my equipment off of Amazon, because that's what it looks like, is he got the job, probably paying $13 an hour, got the Amazon special, got all, tacked out looking cool. If somebody walked up to me like this, I'd throat punch him straight up. You're trying to detain me. That's kidnapping. That's a forcible felony. I will use up to lethal force on you. Period. No questions asked. Kidnapping is a forcible felony. I will literally punch you in the throat. Straight up. You're not a cop. I don't know what the fuck this guy is. But he looks like he rode the short bus for sure. He's accusing this woman of stealing. She's saying she didn't steal. She's saying, hey, get the manager, get this. If he was legit, he would have gotten the manager or something. Let's continue. Because the more you watch it, the worse it gets.
Prescription.
Here are your
And you
choices.
guys are
Here are your choices.
accusing
Here are
me
your
of
choices.
stealing.
Here are your choices. You need to show me that there's nothing in your pockets because they're saying that there's stuff in your pockets. Stop walking away. Stop walking away.
Or what?
You're going to get detained and you're going to go to the ground.
And you're going to get sued.
Oh, threatening physical force.
Listen, do not walk past
also
me.
have a job to do.
Listen.
Which
includes
leaving
I need my items back. Listen, I need my items back.
Aggressively blocking her path.
Then show me what's in your pockets.
My wallet?
No, I don't care about your wallet. They just care about the items that you took and that you put into your pockets.
What items?
The items that they're saying that you took.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Okay.
I literally
well, I'm here
stand
to
in
just
line
clarify.
for like
you're
30
saying you
minutes.
You're saying you didn't. So let me give you the benefit of the doubt. So clarify, right? I'm just going to look. You go ahead and you open it up yourself.
I'm not clarifying anything for you.
Yeah, you have to.
No, I don't.
That's how it works. You don't get to make up the rules. That's not how it works.
It sounds like you're making up rules.
Nope, that's not how it works.
Yeah, because right
so
now,
when they say that
you're
when they say
boxing me
listen,
into
yes,
a store
yes,
when
yes.
I'm trying
When they
to
say
leave.
that you have items on you that you did not pay for, it's my job to check you. And so
I
at this
suggest
point,
you
I'm
call
giving
your
you
manager.
I'm giving you the option to show me what you got.
No,
otherwise,
honestly,
no, it's okay.
I
No,
suggest
it's
you
okay.
get
It's
your
okay.
manager.
It's okay. Otherwise, I will detain you, and the police will come and
No,
they'll check. And if they find
please
items on
bring
you,
them.
then
Actually,
I
I'll
hope
sit
you
here and
understand.
wait.
At that point, you're gonna really go to
No,
jail.
I hope so.
So I'm
Call
really trying
them.
to work with you, and
No,
I'm giving
I
you
don't
a
wanna
chance.
work.
I'm giving you every single
Call
option
them.
to do the right thing.
Call them, please.
I'm giving you every option to do
Here,
the right
I'll
thing.
sit down while you call them.
Nope. Nope. You have to. Nope.
I'll sit down.
Nope.
My car's parked.
Okay, now, she's shoplifting, right? But yes, she just said call the police. And now when she calls his bluff and says, hey, call the police, he don't want to call the police. At what point does any of this shit make sense?
I'll be fine. Call the police, please.
That's not how it works.
Call the police.
I
Isn't
need you.
that what you
I
just
need
said?
you to show me that the items are not in your
Call the
pocket.
police.
Up, now we're drawing the flashlight again.
Oh, so you don't have to. You're just gonna sit
so
here
that
and
item
harass
right there.
me.
What is that right there?
None of your fucking business.
I'm looking right at it. I'm looking right at it. That's called probable cause.
Huh?
Probable cause.
Saying that you have
Bitch, you're not a
items.
cop.
You can pull this Karen card all you want to. It's not going to save you in the long run.
What are you talking
The
about?
truth is, you have items that belong to us that you did not pay for.
What?
They're saying
So
that
you're
you
accusing
didn't.
me of not
Yep,
having
absolutely.
money.
They're telling me that you did not pay for those items. I'm telling you that I need
just
my money.
got off of fucking work.
I need my
And
items
they
back.
think because I'm dressed like this.
No, it has nothing to do with the way you're dressed.
That I'm
They saw
dressed
you
with
on
a
camera.
big
Hey guys, look.
puffy
They saw her
coat.
on camera taking items
They
that she did
think
not
that
pay for.
I'm
You're a
going-
thief. You're a thief. You're stealing things that did not belong to you. That's how it works out, okay?
Okay.
So at this point, you're trespassed. Do not come back. Go. Go.
I'm waiting for you to call the police.
You're free to go. Do not come back. You're trespassing. You cannot come back.
No, I'm waiting for you to call
The
the
store
police.
manager says they do not want you to come back.
Call the store
it's all right,
manager.
It's all right.
then.
That's why I'm here. So you
you're
need to
not gonna
leave.
call
At
the
this
store
point, you
manager?
need to leave because you are trespass, and I hope you understand what trespass
call the
means.
police.
Trespass means you cannot be on the property. So they're telling me you need to leave.
Call
They're
the
trespassing you. You need to leave.
Call the police.
So you're not going to leave?
No, call the police.
You're not going to leave?
No, call
Are
the
you sure?
police.
You need to leave.
Call the police.
You need to leave the store.
Call the police.
You're trespassing.
You
need to
just
leave the store.
followed
Nope.
me.
You need to leave. I'm
forced
doing
me
my
to stay
job.
in this
Yep,
store
I'm doing my job.
Because you guys
Because you have
believe
items
that
that
I'm
you did not
stealing.
pay for.
Which is what?
You have items that you did not pay for.
Which is what?
I need those items right there and right there. They saw you on camera.
Then pull up the
You
footage.
can pull the Karen card all you want to. It's not going to make a difference.
What are you
You're
talking
breaking
about?
the law, and it's my job to hold people
Pull
accountable.
up
That's
the
why they have us
footage.
here.
Well,
You know,
the store that
Bartell,
actually
you know, Bartell's went out of service, out of business.
So
CVS
it's
went
your
out of
manager
business
that said I
because
was
people keep stealing. So they hired 79% of all businesses hire people like us to make sure that people are not stealing. So they saw you taking some items.
Your manager did?
All you have to do is clear your name and say, "Hey, look, for the
But
cameras,
the
I
thing
didn't
is,
take anything, and you're
I
good
don't
to
have
go."
to clear shit though.
You do.
Because
So
I
at
don't
this
know
point,
what
at
you're
this
talking
point, at this point, they want you
I
to
thought
leave.
you said you were
At
going.
this point, they want
so
you to leave.
I can leave now
You
because
could, you
before
been, you been
couldn't.
could have left. You're trespassed, and you cannot be on
I'm
the
waiting
property.
for you to call your
You
manager.
need to leave.
Because right now
The
it's looking like
manager
you guys
has
are
nothing
really
to do with
racist.
anything. You need to leave.
So you guys are
You need to
accusing
leave.
me, a black woman,
Yep.
of stealing.
Black, white doesn't make any difference.
It apparently does because
It
apparently the
abso-
way I
absolutely
dress.
has absolutely nothing to do with any
I
kind of
came
race,
down here
creed,
to
or
get
anything at
my
all.
prescription, and then
Yep,
all of a
you need to
sudden
leave
I'm
the store.
trying to leave. He says I
You
can't
need,
leave.
you need to leave the store.
And now I'm
you
supposed to
need
call
to
the
leave.
police,
You're
please.
trespassing.
Didn't you say you were going to put me in
Okay, so
handcuffs?
here's what's going to happen. If you do not leave after I already told you that you've been trespassed, you're going to be criminally trespassed. That means you're going to have a court date and you're going to go to jail. Trespassing is a very
I
serious
asked
crime.
you to call the police. Can you call the
You're
police?
being trespassed from the store.
Can you call the
You
police?
need to leave the store. So you're not going to leave even though you're trespassed. I just need to be
Again,
sure for
can
clarification.
you call the police?
You need to leave.
I'm scared for
You
my
can,
life.
you can call the police. Feel free, call them. They're going to tell you the same thing. If you're trespassed and you're not going to leave the store, they're gonna hand.
Hey
All
friends,
right.
I finally got a copy of the police report. I know a few people were asking me to show it, so I'm going to. I've redacted my personal information, as well as a few other things that didn't necessarily need to be shared. I think in this process I removed the entire page 3. Let me see. Yeah, I removed the entire page 3 because it was just personal information on me, and I believe also on the security guard whose name is actually Brian Vinegar. So this video will be looking at this. When it comes to the other videos showing the police interaction after I had called them, that was another thing a lot of people question. Why didn't I call the police? Why didn't I call the police? I will answer this. I did not call the police initially because I was recording him and I was afraid. I did, in this process,
Smart woman.
ask 1 or 2 other people if they could please call the police. And so when I did in the video, I did call the police. So I was the one who called the police, which is the reason why this incident report is created, because I created it. I pushed them to report this. There was also one other question that I am allowed to answer about the trespass. About that, I was not trespassed from the property at all. I was told I can go back in to grab my prescription. Obviously, I declined that. So, yeah, I think that's all about the questions I am able to answer at this time because I have retained counsel. I did do earlier today, a short interview for Fox 13 News here in Seattle. I will also be leaving some type of link in the description if anybody wants to download it. I know a few news agencies have reached out to my attorney asking for a copy of this. Other than that, I guess all I have to say is thank you to everyone who's been kind, everyone who has came to my defense when I couldn't, obviously because I've retained counsel, and everybody, especially everybody that has reached out to me, offering their apologies and comfort and kindness and friendships. And that, I just want to say, like, that was really, what's the word I'm looking for? That was really comforting. I'm not really on the internet per se, because it's kind of a huge place. The web is a huge place that, similarly to the world, the web is a huge place that kind of scares me a bit. So yeah, if you want to use any of my videos or any of this information for your own content creation, I just ask that you give me some sort of credit, whether that be my YouTube channel or my Instagram account or my TikTok. Other than that, here is the police report in slow-mo.
All right. Let's look at this again. As far as attended a summary of events occurred, case file 2024 635 65. Paraphrase conversations do not include exact sequence of events, blah, blah, blah. On March 27, 2024, approximately 17:43 hours, I was working in full uniform, driving a fully marked patrol car within the city limits of Seattle. I identified as 2 Mary 22. I was dispatched to 222 Pike Street, Walgreens, for a disturbance. The remarks stated on 2nd, FLRP came to pick up prescriptions. Security now states shoplifted. Security in the background states she needs to leave, refusing to leave the store. RP is reporting party. I see that now. Call updated with the following. Reporting party says she's too scared to move. Security still heard in the background requesting she leaves. 1747 hours. Security say there's video footage of shoplifting, but security refused to show reporting party. At approximately 1748, I noticed Officer David was in the store. I walked to the second floor and I heard shouting and observed Officer David riding down the escalator with security guard, later identified as Brian Vinegar, and the reporting party, Mika. He told me to meet him outside. I walked up to Officer Brooke. He was speaking with Mika. She appeared to be very distraught and frightened of what had occurred. No shit. Security guard Brian Vinegar told me he works for ASC Security for Walgreens. He stated the following. He's working security and someone told him that Mika put items in her pockets and attempted to steal them. He could not identify who told him that she was stealing. What a shocker. He then controlled her and told her to empty pockets. Well, he didn't control her. She pretty well stood up for herself. I got to give her that. And told her to empty her pockets, get back the items she took. He did not want to make a big deal and wanted to return items she took and to leave the store. At this point, she had contacted 911. Then Officer David arrived. Officer David then spoke with Mika, who relayed the following. Mika was at the pharmacy section attempting to get her prescription. When she was confronted by Brian Vinegar, she told him she felt profiled because of her race and referred to herself as a little black girl. She was adamant that she does not have any items and was there to get her medication. She then said he followed her around the store and told her to give the items back and to empty her pockets. He threatened that he would throw her to the ground and put her in handcuffs, which he did. She then said she was cornered by him and he did not allow her to leave. That's when she called 911. Okay.
And everything.
Okay. Let's see what this bottom part says. I asked Brian Vinegar if there was video surveillance capturing the incident. He said no. He told me there was no recordings and his body cam was not activated. Although this call remarks stated video footage was available, he told me that he had none. Brian added that he did not want her formally trespassed, but to leave the store. I spoke with a witness named Darren Lamb who was watching the entire incident. I asked him what he observed. He said the following. He said he was going up the escalator to the pharmacy section to get blood pressure medicine. He said he heard Brian Vinegar tell her that he was told that she took some things and to give it back. He went on to say he heard us say call the police numerous times, and that was it. Sergeant Acosta screened the incident on scene. Based on the investigation, I told Mika she could complain to the security company he works for about the incident. Furthermore, because no video was readily available, that the preliminary investigation would be submitted to a follow-up unit. All right.
Anything else after this is confidential, so I will not be sharing that. Thank you guys. Please subscribe, comment. I will be posting another video, a little bit more of the video that I took of the police interaction. I think, bits of 2 or 3 videos that I'm going to be figuring out how to collage together. The reason why I didn't necessarily keep recording once the police came was because I actually this was such an overwhelming situation for me. I actually ended up bursting in tears. I was inconsolable, and So
I
at
bet
that
you
point, I
were.
had stopped recording. I had called my mom, and I I was hysterically crying when I was leaving. So yeah, thank you guys. Thanks to everyone who reached out. I will be sure to leave a download link somehow in the description. Bye.
Hello, hello, hello. Hey, friends.
I just want to say, looking at this, compared to that son of a bitch, she is fucking tiny. My opinion, I don't know how she feels about carrying a gun, but all women should at least have OC spray. She should have sprayed him in the face and kicked him in the dick. Just my opinion.
I did want to give an update. As of today, the lawsuit has been filed. I'll leave it available for download somewhere in the description. A lot of people were asking questions that's going to be answered by the filing, but I will answer one of them, which is who exactly are we suing? So, per the document, we're suing Walgreens, we're suing Walgreens Pharmacy, we're suing ASC Securities and Investigations LLC. We're suing Brian Vinegar, who is the working security guard in the video, as well as whoever Brian Vinegar's spouse may be. As this works its way kind of through the legal system, there's going to be a little bit of pause. This was the fastest lawsuit that my attorney said he has ever filed. But the legal system is kind of slow. So when it comes to updates, I may not be able to give as quick as updates.
I'm just going to interject here. She should have filed suit against Walgreens corporate, Walgreens pharmacy. She should have sued the store manager. She should have sued the shift lead. She should have sued, named everybody on duty who works there who was close enough to hear this encounter, which I'm sure was quite loud, that didn't step in. All of them need to be named. Obviously, the security company. When the security company should have been his, if he has a supervisor, I don't understand why people use ranks in security. I think that's the dumbest shit ever, just my opinion. I'm a lieutenant over security. Congratulations, you're a dumbass that couldn't pass the police academy. And you're too chicken shit to be correctional officer. Um, yeah, I don't really hold with private security too much. I think most of them are jokes. Some of them are okay. Some of them actually do the right thing. They take their job to the point that it needs to be taken. But a lot of these motherfuckers couldn't pass the police academy, couldn't pass the test to be a correctional officer. They figured out a quick way to walk around and, look like something that they're not. Yeah, anyway. Off of my little rant there. But she should have sued everybody above him in the security company. The owner should have been named directly. Um, Good thing about a security company, they're required to have insurance and there is no qualified immunity. Um, yeah, that's what that lawsuit should have encountered. Because, my opinion, security answers to the employees of the store. The employees should have had a duty to step in and say, hey, what the fuck? Continuing.
as a lot of people may hope. Um, so, yeah, but I will give those updates, of course, when I'm allowed to. I did want to talk about another thing, which is that the a lot of people don't know this, but I actually wasn't on social media at all, and I had actually only reactivated my social media pages a week or two prior to this incident taking place, and that was because I kind of wanted to document my time after leaving a multi-year abusive narcissistic relationship and kind of how I'm navigating being able to finally enjoy myself again. But after this incident had taken place, it
And
kind of
now she got to deal
hijacked
with
my
this
social
asshole.
media pages because, of course, people were only tuning in or following me rather because they wanted to know the updates. which is what I'm giving when I can, and which is basically what this video is. But moving forward, I think I'm going to be kind of navigating back to the reason why I'm on social media in the first place, which is to which basically is to document how life is after leaving a abusive relationship, especially one that you were in for many years. So
Good for
if
you,
that's
kid.
something that you want to kind of follow me along on, great. If not, it's okay also. If you're only here for the Walgreens saga, I'll be sure to have some sort of playlist with updates when I can give them, so you can tune in directly to that. But other than that, that's it. Bye.
You know what, kid? I'm sorry you went through that. I hope you see this video. I'm sorry you went through that. Just getting out of a shitty relationship, and then all of a sudden, you got to deal with this abusive dickhead. You know, when I worked with the Florida Department of Corrections, we had a saying, real people with real problems. And yet that was mainly geared towards COs who have real problems. And some of them, some COs have personal issues that shouldn't allow them to be on the job. And I get that. But you know who is also real people with real problems is the general public, some of them. Now, I am not a people person. Y'all can tell I'm an asshole if you couldn't tell by my demeanor in a lot of my videos. I'm straight, I'm blunt, I'm in your face about it. I'm going to tell you exactly what I think. Blame it on my Mississippi roots. But there are people in this world who are generally good, genuinely good people. This woman here, she's not really bitter from what I'm seeing. She's just like, yeah, okay, this happened, and I did this because of it. She's more reactionary. That's a pretty good personality trait, in my opinion. She stood her ground. She didn't allow herself to get bullied by this guy who looks at least 3 times her size. The guy looks like he's probably my size. Probably bigger than me. She didn't allow him to bully her. She stood up and said, "You will not." She stood up and said, "You're not fucking touching me. You're going to call the police." "Oh, you're not? Well, let me call them for you." I'm sure when she made that phone call, she was shaking in her boots until the cops got there. I can just about guarantee that. Now, let's flip this around. Apparently, later reports that I've seen, I don't know if these are true or not, this dickhead didn't even have a license. In most states, a security license is required. Mississippi, it's not. There is a requirement for a license for armed security, which means if he was carrying, yeah, he'd have to have that. But that means that if he wasn't licensed, which means that he didn't go through a similar course like I had to go through in Florida with my D&G license, which I think is the course down there for security for D&G. I think it's kind of stupid the way they set it up. 40 hours for unarmed, 28 hours for armed. Yeah, do better, Florida. But anyway, at least you require something. Mississippi doesn't even require that. Mississippi, all you got to do is go to the highway patrol office and say, "Hey, I need a security guard license," and 2 weeks later it arrives in the mail. It's about as easy to get as your concealed carry permit in Mississippi, which is nothing. just no felonies and you're not a prohibited person, hey, you pay the fee and you get your license. That being said, if this guy really wasn't licensed, why isn't he getting some sort of sanctions by the state on it? Why wasn't he charged with impersonating a security guard? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because I know in Florida, that's a third-degree felony. If I walk up to you and I say, hey, I'm security for ABC Security Company, and, what are you doing here? Blah, 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 blah. You're detained, whatever. That's a third-degree felony in addition to whatever else that the prosecutor can throw at me. Seems to me he ought to face some criminal charges or at least some sanctions from the state. Just my opinion. I don't know what the state licensing agency is doing up there. I don't know what agency would license security guards in Washington, but I know, like Florida, it's the Department of Agriculture, strangely enough. That being said, I think she handled herself very well. She showed him for a shitbag. She sued. She did everything she was supposed to do. She did everything right. That's the important thing, people. If you're going to do something, do it right. And that's exactly what she's doing. Kudos to this young lady. Y'all have a good day.